Hello and welcome, my name is Lunami and this is a spotlight and guide for Voden. Also, we have a special guest today. Voden is a forest warden that protects his land, using the ley lines to get from forests to forest. The only times you see Voden is in a battle for power. Voden is a range DPS that uses his bow and poisons to take out his enemies. He has high mobility and good utility and medium damage. Now moving right along to the skills. Arrowed, fire an arrow. It has good effective close range and long range, so it is a very good universal tool. To be most effective with arrowed, your targets need to be within the mid range. Poison spores create a poison cloud that lasts for 6 seconds. Stand in the cloud to fire poisonous arrows. It has very good long range and mid range damage boost. It will not benefit close range as it will not save your life. Natural roots fire an arrow that deals damage and immobilizes all foes in an area for 2, 3 and 4 seconds depending on the focus charges. It is very good skill for locking down the enemy team as it has a crazy range. Green Man create a decoy that runs and attacks. You gain stealth for 5 seconds. You cannot sprint while stealth. The decoy is destroyed upon leaving stealth. In competitive, it is used more as a distraction as more advanced players can track invisible heroes. Against solo queue teams, it is very good escape skill as not everybody knows how to track invisible targets. Healing Springs create a pool that heals self and allies. It is a basic heal that is not too strong. It is more effective once you have upgraded it. Now moving right along to the talents. Toxin, you gain 1 second extra poison during clash applied on nearby allies, gain 15% damage for 5 seconds. Heart of Oak, gain 1 second extra of stealth and decoy during clash, gain 25% damage resistance while your decoy is active. Springback, gain 35% extra healing during clash on start if other allies are in your spring, minus 5 seconds cooldown. And now moving on to the guide section. Today with me is Killboy, say hello Killboy.
Hello, I'm Killboy, or you know me maybe better on Arc as Sighty.
Okay, now moving on to the guide. At level 1 on your Voden build, you take Geyser. What are the benefits of taking this skill early on?
It's basically Voden's best escape and movement ability early on. It gives the best escape for against assassins, and when they try to kill you and you jump off, they need to use their movement ability to follow you, or can't even do that when you use a vertical jump to move up a cliff. As an example, if Taito tries to use a swoop to chase you, he can't use it a second time, so he needs to use his stamina to follow you, which leaves him open when he is in your point, and allies that come to help you can pick him off easily.
Nice, thank you very much man. Okay, now moving on to your level 2 skill, More Sports. What are the overall benefits of this skill when it comes down to the lasting effects of the poison?
Okay, this ability is a little bit tricky because it doesn't help me much in the beginning. I mostly take it for the upgrade, which we talk about in a second, but still it gives me a nice extra amount of time where I can shoot the enemy.
Okay, that's cool. I noticed straight after More Sports, for your level 3 skill you take Contagion. What are the benefits of Contagion spread into the enemy team?
So Contagion is a main reason why I take this upgrade path. The poison spread is such a good ability to have when you play a utility support Voden, because it not only adds damage to more enemies, it also hinders the healer that the enemy have. So it's especially effective when the enemy team has 1 or more healers. And if they try to cleanse it off, you can simply reapply it after a few seconds when your poison is still active.
Moving right along to the level 4 skill, which is your basic attack. You take Deadeye. This gives you 20% more damage. How much does this impact Voden's presence on the map?
Taking the LMB path is a hard decision, but I take Deadeye for more damage and to be more effective on longer range.
At level 5 I take Blowflex. This gives you faster powering up time by 33%. Much like the question before, in what ways does this skill benefit Voden and his team?
Blowflex basically helps me to have more tries at shooting the enemy. I know that I not always will hit the enemy with my first shot or second shot, especially if they are assassins, but Blowflex simply gives me more tries at hitting the enemy in the same amount of time that I would normally have.
Now moving right along to the talent. The talent you take is Toxin. What ways does a poison duration benefit Voden?
The duration is basically a nice bonus to stop the enemy reanimation for like 1 second longer. But the real reason I take it is because in Clash you get extra 15% damage for allies that are near the enemy. And that means in one team fight you can stay at a safe distance, hit an enemy, the poison spreads on the enemy, and all your allies that are near the enemy gain a 15% damage bonus.
Jumping right along to level 6. You take alternate route. This skill gives you a benefit of teleporting to your decoy's position. In what situations is this more useful?
On the later levels, assassins can burst you really easily and quick, and even the jump pad cannot be fast enough for a safe escape against a trip. That's why alternate routes is always a good option. So if you can see the enemy coming to you, you can place it and have a very safe and quick escape to wherever you want to go.
Level 7, you take Leave No Trace, bloody puns. This skill is linked with alternative routes. After you teleport, you gain 15% more stamina and haste. How does this benefit Voden's movement?
This is only a bonus for an easier escape and gives you a nice haste buff. And that haste buff can also be used to jump further with your jump pad.
At level 8, you take Refreshment. This skill gains you 25% stamina. What are the benefits of taking this skill late game?
I take the 25 stamina boost basically for situations where I don't have any stamina left and I need to have a super jump to get away from the enemy. Instead of having like a small jump without stamina, I can use it to sprint and then jump with my super jump and get so far away that the enemy can't chase me off.
At level 9, you take Easy Strider. This skill lets you move 10% faster and sprinting drains 25% less stamina. What are the benefits of taking this skill late game?
This helps me basically moving from position to position faster without using all my stamina, so that I always have something to escape if some assassins come to me, or that I can run around a little bit longer so my allies can come to me and help me in my situation.
At level 10, you take Endurance. This is 25% maximum stamina boost to Voden. What are the benefits of taking this skill late game?
This is the last ability I take, and it basically gives me a little bit more stamina, because the way I play Voden, stamina is key and I can't have enough of it. I always need a little bit to escape assassins, reposition myself, or simply run around the map to go for the wound and out of it. So basically more stamina is always better.
And that's it for the guide part of this Voden Spotlight and guide. Thank you for joining me today, Killboy. And is there anything else you would like to highlight about your guide?
The way I play Voden is more or less to stay alive and poke the enemy to death or near death. So it would always be good to have a good assassin that helps you pick up low enemies that are trying to run away. Also, enemies will hate you because of how easy you can get away. But the only downside is that if you're getting in a pinch situation or in a small area where you can't really run left or right, that you can get caught in too much AoE and can die pretty quickly or get low enough so that an assassin can follow you and pick you off without much effort. So trying to stay out of those kind of situations is key.
Thank you all. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more content like this, and see you all on the flip side. Bye!
Bye!